Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is a collective reading from Tattletales from Tales from the Vector. So just be aware that parts of it may or may not resonate with you. Take what works for you and leave the rest behind. I just want to give a big thank you to the likes and the comments and the subscribes. I really appreciate it because it's helping me build my channel. I already shuffled the cards and did wash on them, but now I'm going to cut them and we'll get started. So the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck is juggling. So this is about multitasking, it being a busy time. So this person is juggling the two coins. It's in the infinity symbol. So that means that what he's juggling has potential, but it's about being able to sort of have some balance between two extremes. And so those two extremes can sometimes be, when you're multitasking, you don't want it to lead to quantity over quality, or like too much work, not enough play, too much play, not enough work, that kind of energy. And then we have, for the first card out, the Page of Cups. I'm just double checking that I have the correct alignment here for the reading. Thank you. I was just distracted by my partner here, my cat, putting her 2 cents in. And we have the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups, he's focused, the page is coming in with a message right at the beginning of the reading. Yes, Stella, we understand you're here. That's a good girl. Go away. She likes to participate in the readings. Okay, be quiet, little one. Be quiet. So the Page of Cups, well, she says, I'm bringing in a message too. So the Page of Cups is bringing in a message, and in the old days that would be like, on foot and at your door. But this can be in the form of an email, post on social media. It could be in person also, but there's so many ways that we can communicate now. A letter. But what he's focused on is this one cup. He's got the fish in the cup, and that's his focus. He knows there's plenty of fish in the sea, but he's focused on this fish at this time. And that's kind of basically with the underlying energy being the juggling. It's saying, keep your focus. That's the first advice for this reading. And then we've got the Queen of Wands comes in, and the Queen of Wands is about creative solutions. She's sitting on her throne. She's got a sunflower in her hand, so she's got a sunny disposition, and she follows the sun, which represents God. And she's got the fiery wand in her right hand. She's ready to take action if need be. She's got a little cat beside her like me. And this is a black cat, and it kind of signifies that she, a lot of people don't want to have a black cat because they think they're bad luck, but she doesn't care about that. She follows her intuition, which is also represented by this curtain in the background, like it's like the veil between spiritual and material world. We have the 9 of coins. So there's lots of coins already in this reading, and also abundance, like of what you love to do. And the 9 of coins represents, if you've heard of Nikola Tesla, the 9 of coins represents the 369. So like there's the balance. And so there's 3 coins in the bush that she will give away, and then she keeps 6 for herself, for the total of 9, so that she can make it to the 10th coin, or the 10th pentacle. And she has a falcon, that bird represents a falcon that she's sends out. And so it's talking about doing her research. So she's doing her research to get to the 10th pentacle. And the multitasking might be coming in from that's, a lot on her plate at this time. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is speaking about there's actually 3 wheels on the Wheel of Fortune. And there's the past, the present, and the future. So there really is no time anywhere but on the physical earth. So basically, these readings can be past, present, or future. They're timely. A timely reading means just that when you watch it, whether that even be a year from now, that you would be able to, that, you know, it would resonate with you if that's where you are in your journey. Because with a collective reading, it depends on whose energy is involved, where they are at in this reading. So the Wheel of Fortune is indicating that there's a shift happening, and the Wheel of Fortune is, you know, it's the 10th card, and it's 1 + 0 = 1. So the number 1 is saying, oh, okay, it's a new journey, a new way of doing things. So we'll see what's coming up. We have the Hermit. So basically what this is saying is the Hermit represents someone that has climbed the mountain to be by themselves, and they go to the top of the mountain to be able to, the top of the mountain is representing the crown chakra, like being able to really download the information that's coming in. And it's a connection with source, like with God, to be able to get enlightenment on, okay, what are the next steps that I need to take? This Wheel of Fortune is now turning. I want to make sure that I go in the correct direction. So once this person has the ability to come back down from the mountain with the information, then they'll do their best to implement what they learned at the top of the mountain and put it into action. Where, there we have it. We have the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Wands is a gift from the Most High. And it's saying that the universe supports this direction that you're going in. And the wand represents like passion for new discovery. So being able to look at things in a different way, do things in a different way, and take action in a different way. And then we have the Lovers. Okay, so the Lovers is all about choice. In the sun is in the background. So the sun is representing this energy from the lantern, that when the contemplation at the top of the mountain of getting in touch with the universe and with God's will, and then surrendering to that to take this action and move forward. And it appears like the Lover's card, of course, can mean that you've got a new direction in romance coming up, or because it's the wand, before it, the gift is the wand, it's a passion for new discovery. So this could regard what you love, because the cups represent love, but it's not necessarily romantic love. It can be what you love to do, who you love to be, you know, how you want things to go, and focusing on that and getting the enlightenment from above to bring that down onto earth. But with it starting with the cup and having the Lovers here, this bottom, I'm making a pyramid, and this bottom row is about your basic needs. Like, what do you need to move whatever you want to move forward? And it appears you do have what you need, and it is divinely guided. Like it's in your purpose. I'm getting it's causing a lot of work, there's a lot of energy here. And yes, then we're planting, that's because we're planting seeds. So the Six of Pentacles is talking about, she's at this place here where the energy is the 6 that she keeps for herself. She's planting new seeds, more seeds. She's willing to give some to others. Having said that, she's got a scale in her hand, and she's really using her judgment. Okay, and this isn't necessarily, the Pentacles aren't all, they're about money, but they're not. They're more about abundance and energy. So this is about, where is she going to put her energy? That's what I'm getting. or this couple, where is this couple going to put their energy? And of course, if you are starting out on an adventure with someone new or with a partner, you're going to probably have to change some elements of the way you're doing things. And you'll notice that this beggar is receiving coins and this one has something in their pocket already. So they don't really need it. So she's going to she'll give 3 away, but she's not going to give, she's going to keep 6 for herself, and she's going to plant those seeds so that down the road she'll be able to give more again. And that talks about juggling the needs, your needs and other people's needs is what's coming up. We have, okay, some sneaky energy. So this is the Seven of Swords is about, it can indicate thievery, and it can also indicate innovative ways of thinking. So I feel like in this particular scenario, these 2 swords that are being left behind represent these 2 lovers. And perhaps what's happened is, like, there you see in the background the village, there might be some war going on, and this person has snuck in and taken those swords so that they don't have to put up a fight. It's saying that this couple doesn't want people involved in their business, and they don't want people to necessarily know what they're doing. That doesn't necessarily mean it's something that's, good, that's not good, but something, quite often this row is about what are the obstacles for bringing this energy in to manifest and bring that down to earth. And the thing is that when you're starting a project off and it's new like this, you want to keep it to yourself until you have it more solidified. And here is the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is the most emotionally available of all the kings. He sits on his throne, and he is in charge of his emotions. He's learned, from the time he's been a youth, to focus on where he wants to go, and to be able to hold that focus, he needs to be able to control his emotions. So he's sitting like right in the middle of water, and you'll notice his right foot is forward. Like you can see he's ready to move when he's ready to, when he has everything implemented, this cup, he's ready to move forward and go with this cup that he's focused on. And so the king is aware of what's happening around him, but he's not allowing it to affect his focus, even though there's a lot of multitasking going on. And then we have Temperance, which is about having the patience. So Temperance is also, it's actually the sign of Sagittarius energy, and it is about action. The wands represent action. But this is saying that this person has had to have temperance. And that means patiently waiting. And you'll notice there's the 2 cups. So it's basically saying that I'm just getting there's some sort of juggling now with because there's 2 people involved instead of just one. So perhaps these lovers have met, they've decided they want to work together. So this could be actual romance, or it could be people that are joining forces to to bring something into being that they want to happen. And they've been patiently waiting. And you'll notice she's pouring the cups into each other. And that basically represents spiritual and material. She's got 1 foot on the ground and 1 foot in the water. So this is talking again about emotions, intuition, and then being grounded with your having intuitive insight, taking that intuitive insight and bringing that into earth. And you have the sun rising. So that's representing this energy here of the sun rising, and it's time, it's a good time to move forward with this plan. And then we have the Emperor. So the Emperor is all about performance. So basically this is saying that if you move forward with this plan now, that you're going to, you will be successful with it. And you see that, you notice the Emperor is more relaxed than the King. Like he's sitting back in his throne. The Emperor is all four kings from the minor arcana rolled into one person. So the Emperor has learned, not to get too excited over, he embodies the qualities of all four kings. So he's learned patience. He's learned when to take action. He's learned not to get caught up in battles that, like you don't need to tell everybody everything you're doing so that you don't have to deal with a lot of flack. You just move forward in the way you want to move forward. You make it work, and then you talk about it later. That's what's coming up. And then we have the Page of Wands. So yeah, basically we have, this is what you need. And this is definitely like kind of showing like that there's a partnership or something that's new coming in. And then this is about the obstacles that may have been in your way and what you need to do to manifest this. And the Page of Wands is bringing a message in of this, whatever was in this cup. Now you notice how he's so focused on that cup. Now he's totally focused on taking action on what's in that cup and making it happen. And it's going to take some work. This card's been coming up a lot. A lot of people think about overnight success, and overnight success is actually 99.999% of the time an illusion, because everything that we work for or work towards, even if something fails, it's just another learning lesson to allow us to move forward and be able to bring it into being. And it's about not giving up energy, really. And also recognizing that, and this row is about the courage to make things happen. So that's talking about these pentacles, like juggling time, energy, all of that, to be able to bring this into being. And with this energy, I feel like it's going to be different for each of you. What this is about, this is the only card in the Pentacles where he's actually working on the actual coin. So this isn't just about abundance. This is about making money, about getting finances in order, etc. And I'm just getting it's taken quite a bit of work. Like, if you're the wands are entrepreneurial energy. So I'm getting this as a new venture in business, partnership, or in relationship, or both. And it's required either a lot of work, and now they're working on the last two pentacles here to get it in place, or they're just starting to, he's got one done, he's working on the second, and has these to implement to be able to make this happen. So just take it how it works for you. And then we have the Five of Swords. So I'm getting that's coming up again, that overnight success thing, that there's been possibly 3 other times where this Emperor has had this vision that he wants to bring into being, and it didn't come through exactly the way he thought. So it's going to now, it looks, and you notice there's the 2 swords left, and that's again representing this and these 2. So this definitely is indicating that there's a new partnership. And so the work and the energy that's been put into this venture has been going on for some time, and he hasn't given up. He's holding on to that, focused on it, going to bring it into being. It's all about performance. So don't give up. If you're working on something, now is a great time to work on it, because Neptune has been in Pisces energy for 165 years. and it's now moving into Aries. And Aries is all about birth and renewal. So this makes total sense for business, for romance, for life itself. And okay, this card, the Three of Pentacles, is saying that the work has been put in. He's mastered his skill set. He is collaborating with other people. And you notice there's two people here that he's collaborating with. So this emperor could be someone else, like a mentor, or someone that has enough money to be able to empower this to happen. And this is the new partnership that these two have entered in. They now have this emperor backing them. That's kind of making sense. And that's what this collaboration, being able to collaborate with others because you've mastered your skill set. And so the energy is it's failure is there's perfection and imperfection, because if we fail more early in a venture, then we're more likely not to lose as much if we make a mistake that could have been avoided had we known better. So anytime you have a failure, it really is, if you treat it as a learning experience, then it moves forward. And I'm really getting that this emperor has come in, is impressed by this energy, because we've got the two here. We've got the Two of Swords here, of them doing this quietly behind the scenes, and the emperor, finding someone to back this venture. And now it's able to move forward, and they're doing the work. They've done the work, but they're also now doing the work. And any failures from the past have actually led to mastery of a skill set. And now they have other people that have noticed and are willing to collaborate with them. And if you take that as a romance, it's the same thing. They might have had instances where they thought they were going to break up or whatever, and now it's like, no, we're good. So relationships that work quite often take work. And this is the card of transition, which is, again, I feel that this is not about an actual death. A lot of people get, oh my, like there's a death here. So death and birth are very closely, united. And I feel really strongly that this is just bringing in the birth of this and the death of that Neptune energy. Because when you think about 165 years of doing it the Pisces ways, which is more dreamy, it's the old boys club, think back 165 years, and now we're in the age of Aquarius in 2020, and now Neptune is moving into Aries, which is about birthing new. It's all about rebirth and birth. So this sun in the background rising between the two pillars is representing birth. And we've got a child with a bloom showing the Grim Reaper, hey, here's a flower, thank you. Like the bloom represents the new, and the old woman, mature woman, is turning away and doesn't want it to change. So not everybody wants change, but change, the universe likes change. So the universe makes shift happen. And so we've got this Hanged Man hanging from the Tree of Knowledge, also with the enlightenment from this. So I'm just getting that it took a new perspective of how to look at this to bring this energy of collaboration in. And I'm getting it began with the collaboration of these two lovers. And we have, when the hangman is hanging from the tree, the left leg, which is behind the right leg, represents the feminine aspect and about creative solutions and getting intuition. And then the right leg represents the masculine energy, which is about, okay, we're going to actually make this happen. So now they've gone inward they have the information they needed. They're able to collaborate with others and get it moving, and so they're ready to go. The aura around their head is like, okay, let's go. We've got it. And then we have the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups now is, we've got two queens out, and these two queens are representing feminine energy of moving forward. And the Queen of Cups is the most maternal of all the queens in the minor arcana. And she is sitting on her throne. She's focused on holding that cup, being able to hold that energy. And she's loves, she's all about family, children, pets, and on a bigger scale, bringing that maternal energy into the world. So birthing the new, like birthing better is what's coming up. And it's requiring both of these energies, the masculine and the feminine, to be able to really multitask and to make it work. It's just showing that there's a lot of energy here, and there's a lot to do to bring it about in the physical. And we have there the two again are planted. So the two wands, the action that was taken in the back has in the past is now behind them, and they're ready to move forward in a new direction with this new wand that this page brought in from the Emperor. I'm just getting it's being backed, not just by money, but being backed by influence and whatever. And this, because they had the courage to put the work in and collaborate and give up some of their old limiting beliefs and really go inward and take advice and then be able, before they move forward, they have that contained, and they are ready to move forward with this wand. And this is about heart desire. So we also have the Eight of Cups. So in this case, this card is basically saying done. But I'm getting that whatever was done in the back, this card can be read two ways, that these 7 cups that are lined up, that this person was disappointed and moved on from them and is now going for an entirely different cup. But in this reading, I don't feel, there's been disappointment in the past, clearly here, but because they didn't give up, and they're collaborating. It's like the sun and the moon are collaborating, or the full moon and the new moon. At the full moon, what you're doing is letting go of this disappointment, and the new moon represents moving forward in a new way. So that's what they're doing. But I'm getting that they're actually going after this 8th cup now that began the reading to move forward. Yeah, and this 5 of Wands means there's competition. And so that's why they were sneaky in the background. Like, not, that's your right, is not to talk. It's better not to talk about what you're doing until you've done it in many cases. And so this energy now, I'm getting their heart's desires. There's like a lot of people that are kind of like, and it feels like it's the competition, are like, we're taken by surprise. And so this energy is about kind of an immature view of competition, because if you want to succeed in life, people who never fail aren't pushing themselves like to the same limits as people who are willing to fail. So if the competition was like, oh, they thought that they had failed, but now what's happening is they're realizing, wow, like they got ahead, like they actually pulled this together. And a lot of people, I'm just getting, there was a lot of tension there from competition, that this would never happen, and now they realize, oh my goodness, it has happened. And quite often this energy is just an immaturity about competition, because if you want to succeed, you need to look at what the competition is doing, where they're succeeding, and either do better than that, or do it in a different way, because you see where you don't have to learn all the mistakes the hard way is basically, and that card is sitting on here. See, walking away from doing it the hard way and learning from the competition instead of competing with the competition. So the competition is within themselves, and there we have it. We have them. Now, this Four of Wands is about fulfillment. Like all the light from the lantern and from hanging from the tree has paid off, because it's the color of the sky, and whatever they're working on it's progressing, and it's going to be a beautiful way of living for them. It's increased their lifestyle. And if you notice, the wands in this are really in context to the rest. They're really tall. So this is saying, don't sell yourself short. Go for what you want. And also, you'll notice that the wreath there, or that laurel, that represents victory, it represents achievement, is not included in all four of the wands. So it's kind of like, this card is, you're well on your way to having this fulfillment. It's going to still require more work. And it means, like, it's kind of, to put it into context, it's like, okay, you have the down payment and you got the mortgage, but now, so that's a huge accomplishment, but now you have to make sure you continue to put the work in to be able to pay the mortgage. And then we have, for the castle in the background there, and then we have the Ace of Pentacles. And that's basically saying, yes, this juggling, this multitasking has paid off. And now the Pentacles is a gift from the universe, from the divine, of congratulations, you stayed on your path. You're following your North Star. When you're in your North Star, you're following your life purpose. And this pentacle is saying that you're going to receive abundance. You're already starting to. Just keep going with what you've been doing and having this good attitude. And you're going to continue to, flourish and be successful. Yes. So the Fool is on their journey in alignment with the universe. The universe has put their stamp of approval on this. And it is talking about containing this energy and, not giving up. And now you're able to continue on a really good way, because this is your heart's desires. And now this is about, okay, now we can speak about it and put it out there. So if that was a business, you could advertise it. Perhaps if it's a romance, okay, we're going to announce, we're going to send the wedding invitations out. Or because we have this energy of the maternal, perhaps you're starting a family and there's an announcement of, hey, there's a baby on the way. What you love to do, or actual romantic love. And this Page of Pentacles comes in now with the message. So we have 3 pages. So the pages, it's interesting because we don't have knights in here. We only have pages, and pages are more of a younger, enthusiastic energy of renewal. Like it's like when you haven't been beaten down by life yet, and you don't have as much responsibility as like the knight would have. It's talking about starting out on a new venture that's really successful from the start because of the learning from the past. And very focused, see, that we're focused on, okay, what we love to do, what we want to be, or the romance, achieving, like getting that going, and then taking action on that and staying focused on it. And now the Pentacle, this is about the abundance coming in now. and being focused on that. So sort of letting go of the past failures, so that past failures, once you learn from them, let them go. And even if you've been successful in the past, to be able to be successful, you have to have some success. You have to understand what that feels like when something is successful, and to like run with that and really, and basically what this is saying is you don't need to keep multitasking so much. It's time to, you have to know when to work and when to play, basically. And that's basically what this is saying is, you know, sometimes you have to just enjoy the victory and not, and just fall back a little bit and let it play out. Yeah. Because in the past, this Seven of Wands is saying in the past, it was quite a struggle. You had to stand on your conviction, move to higher ground, keep that's this wand here. Make sure that, you know, you have it close to your heart and that you're willing to fight for what you need. But if you've been doing this for a while and you're used to fighting for what you need, it's time now to chill out a little bit and recognize you're on the top here. These wands are planted and you're well on your way, and it's time to start enjoying it instead of like, okay, like we gotta keep going more. You keep going, but don't be anxious about it. And then we have, that's when the Knight of Cups comes in. And the Knight of Cups is saying, yeah, you've arrived to the top of the pyramid here. Yes, Stella, I know, you've arrived too. So you've arrived to the top of the pyramid, and you're, you have that cup, and you're well on your way. And that's, if you take this as the past, we have the Page of Cups focusing on bringing this in, and then taking action on it, putting the work in, learning from the competition to get the fulfillment, letting go of the struggle now and enjoying being at the top of the pyramid with it, and then recognizing for this abundance to continue, stay focused. But it's a new adventure, so treat it as such and enjoy it. And I feel like maybe these people have been waiting to have a family because they wanted to make sure they had the pentacles to support that, you know, hanging around from the tree of knowledge to figure out how to do that, understanding, because this is planting seeds. So, you know, every thought we have has the ability to manifest if we put the energy into it. So if you plant the seeds, that could also indicate wanting to start a family. And yeah, this couple moving forward in this way. So this is really a really nice reading. It's like a light reading. And now I'm going to clarify these cards with my Oracle, Tales from the Vector. I started this in 2007 and completed the paintings in 2020. It's from the Intergalactic Federation of Light. At this point now, I'm working on the information that I want to put in the book and then bringing the deck out. And so I'm playing with it and putting this energy out in a bigger way now. I took it to fairs and had many events and seminars and a radio show and worked with it, but I didn't have all the cards, and now I do. So we'll clarify with these. And then I will put in the description below will be the numbers of the cards. You can go to Tales from the Vector, TAILS, from thevector.com, and take a look at the paintings if you want. There's also some more information there. So the first card, from the bottom is the Tower. And this is the divorce card. The worst divorce is from Source. So it's basically saying juggle your options, but don't juggle your morals. And I'm getting that these people, because this is such a sunny thing, it's just saying and it may have required, like the Tower is when you are maybe going off your path a little bit disappointed, whatever, don't know what to do. You know, this card is basically saying some towers are really brilliant and good. It's not that often that you get struck by lightning. It's not that often that you win the lottery. So it's talking about that type of energy in this case. And we have the Hierophant, which is about traditional structure. So, and that's coming up with this. I'm getting that there was a lot of energy here of really focusing on this, but not having the backing. And this is saying now that whatever happened with this energy of really putting it out there and doing what you need to do to get it done, that has created this Hierophant energy. And the Hierophant is traditional structure in the spiritual as well as in the physical. So it's like not, this is saying not juggling your morals, juggling your options. And then we have, deception. So this is the energy of tactics that we all fall into. So deception is basically when, just coming up with this card, the Queen of Wands is really born to shine and has a real sunny disposition. And quite often the Queen of Wands isn't necessarily in alignment with other people that have a more dark or more of a gloomy, way of being. So it's just coming up, like saying again that if you're starting out on something that you want to do, that you love to do, it's a good idea sometimes just to keep it to yourself with your partner or whatever, and get the groundwork done so that you don't have to deal with this competition before, like that it doesn't snuff the spark of what you're doing out. It's just advice. And then we have the Strength coming in. So yes, this is about having that balance and using your integrity, being in your integrity again, because they've stayed in their integrity. They're on and followed their North Star and didn't quit. They've put the work in for sure. Like that's what this is saying, is having put the work in, that this venture or this relationship, this new way, whatever's happening, there's a lot of strength because they've been in their integrity. I'm getting within themselves and also with others, or the Emperor wouldn't have been involved to, back them. And then we have, Libra, mature adult. So sometimes, when we're young and we're starting out, we're going to make mistakes. It's just the way it is. But the beauty is if you can stay in that energy. And a lot of entrepreneurs, like if you're going to be successful as an entrepreneur, you're going to have to stay in that energy to be able to continue going. And the Libra energy is mature adult. So if you were looking for marriage, this is speaking about, this could be a possibility of, okay, like these people have had this relationship and now they're ready to get married. They're ready to start a family. They're ready to live a fulfilling life together. Yeah, it's a new adventure. The Sagittarius energy is about expansion versus contraction. So there could be a baby on the way or thoughts of starting a family again. Having a family is a new adventure. You find out that after you have a few babies, you don't travel as much because you're busy raising your babies. And they require a lot of coin too. So that's bringing in, and what this is saying, it's also talking about bringing in this Aquarius energy from Pisces. Back in 2020, there was such a big shakeup, that big tower, that what this is saying, I feel like, is because Aquarius is ruled by the planet Uranus, and this is about experimentation. And so at this time, you have to be willing to let go of the old ways of doing observe and then experiment. If you just observe and you don't get involved because you don't want to fail, you're going to really hold yourself back, especially particularly with the planet the way it is right now. And we moved into Aquarius, and Aquarius energy out of Pisces is like a fish out of water. And see, that's that cup. So this energy is really strong in the background for the whole planet at this time. And then we have the Magician. Yeah, so basically, by doing things, you know, observing where did we go wrong in the past, or what could we do to improve our situation, and keeping it to yourself until you get it done, basically. And that's the King of Cups. You see this forward movement. This is the energetic upgrade, the Magician, the magic coming in is confirmation. Yeah, it was the right time. Now's the time to get it, you know, you're ready for the action, you're ready for the movement. And I'm just getting this is still really youthful energy, young adults, you know, in this energy. So you could be 70 and be in this energy, but it's the energy of keeping an open mind, wanting to contribute. Virgo energy is very clean. It's really about being analytical, and so analytical critique will get you further than flattery, and that's basically, so this Virgo card on top of this is saying, if you're going to collaborate with other people, make sure that you have done your research, and that's that anal criticism part coming in a lot of times. And it's also just before this card, so it's saying that you know, you could beat yourself up for your past mistakes like for the rest of your life, or you could learn from them, let them go, and move forward and collaborate, then attract stronger collaborations to bring it in. And yeah, the anger is a karmic space that we all have the potential to get into. And so if we get caught up in being angry at the universe, angry at God, angry at the people you worked with or didn't work with, then what happens is that anger just keeps feeding this, it's a hair trigger temper. And that's that wand energy. So it's talking about, you know, remaining, keeping, like doing your research, keeping your things lined up, keeping it clean, and then not giving in to all the emotions. You know, like the King of Cups is very able to contain emotions. Like the Queen, we don't have the King of Cups here, but we have the Queen of Cups, and she's containing the emotion. And so this could be a male in the feminine energy of holding that emotion, you know, like being able to contain it and being able to use that to juggle to get what you need rather than having it work against you. And because if you follow always the way you always have done things, the way your parents have done things, the way your grandparents have done things, perhaps that's just not working anymore, and quite likely it's not, and you need to let go. Anger is the gift that keeps on giving because it's passed down from generation to generation. So you don't want the anger to build up, so like it's like, you know, getting all bitter and everything about the way the world is. You want to be optimistic and be able to move forward like this, you know, Page of Wands energy, like a passion for discovery, like not losing that no matter what age you're at. Yeah, and then we have that covered by the Sun. So the Sun is talking about, you know, going inward, getting that enlightenment from Source, from God, from the Most High, and then implementing that work to make this, your heart's desires happen. And the Chariot. And so, you know, it might appear to be overnight success because it's sitting here and it surprised the competition. But this has been going on for quite a while, and there's been a lot of multitasking and energy to get it to work, and a commitment, a conviction beyond doubt that they're going to make it work. And then we have abuse of power. So this is just about, we all have the potential. This is another karmic space that we tend to fall in. We can have direct karma from our actions, what we've done, what we've said, what, you know, and we can also have indirect, which could be like the people we work with, our ancestors, our descendants. And then a lot of us have been abused. And so it's really easy to abuse your power with, and sometimes you're not even aware of it. So it's being aware of that energy, not falling into that karmic space yourself of doing that to others, and being aware if that's happening with you, because this is sitting right on the disappointment. So there's been some disappointment in the past regarding the people around and the competition from, I'm getting not the competition in the, like in the scope of whatever business or whatever ventures happening, or just the idea of getting married, but more like from family, from, you know, descendants and extended family. And that's why this anger came up. So like not going there, you don't need to keep beating a dead horse. And there we have it, the guiding star. So use your crown chakra, which represents the top of the pyramid here, that you're going to use your intuition and, you know, ask the question logically, get an intuitive answer, then apply logic to that and move forward with consistent steps of action will take you to this fulfillment. And the hangman, yeah. And the hangman is on the hangman. So basically it's about balance, making sure that you keep your balance in this, that you're not multitasking to the point where you're missing things, or like you're multitasking so much that you're producing a lot, but there's no quality to it. So this balance of work hard, play hard, collaborate with others, but know when to collaborate and know when to keep it to yourself, that type of energy. Yes, because there's a scotoma around that for a lot of people. A scotoma is just a blind spot. So it's really, this card, scotoma, has been coming up a lot. And it's saying, you know, there's a good reason why the windshield is bigger than the rear view mirror. Look back at the past, you know, do your shoulder checks. Make sure that you're not going to get in an accident because you didn't check the past. But then once you've done that and you know it's good to go, move forward and don't let this energy from the past hold you back in any way. Learn from it and move forward. And do it with, you know, joyfulness. You deserve it. You've put the work in. Then we've got Capricorn energy, yeah, ambition. So entrepreneurs have to be in this energy of that challenges our possibilities in disguise, because when you're an entrepreneur, or you're starting on a new venture, or you're beginning a marriage or a relationship, whatever, or you've decided, okay, I'm ready to be a parent, any of those things, those earthly things, require ambition. And it's a big responsibility, and you're not, to have the conviction beyond a doubt to move forward and do it, you have to be in a place of being willing to look at the challenges and not let it make you fall back, but being, okay, I've looked at it, now this is the solution I'm going to go with, and I'm going to do this without a doubt. I'm going to put this into action, which allows this energy to come in at the top, like having the courage to do so and being able to breathe through it. So this is what this is saying now. If you've been like in this journey and you've had to really put the energy in, it's just saying, hey, chill out now and recognize that you don't want to be in a position where you feel like you have to battle for everything. This is a gift. It's come in. You've put the work in, and that's the message. Is okay. Remember that if you're going to, remember the basic reasons why you decided to do this, and enjoy it. don't get so caught up that you just keep doing like, I got to keep going, I got to keep going. Know when to fall back and just enjoy life and allow that in. And that's what the Battle Star is saying. So this is a really good reading. I really enjoyed it. I feel like it has some real strong energy behind it. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. Thank you once again for the likes and the subscribes. I really appreciate it. It's helping me build my channel. Bye for now, and I will do another collective reading tomorrow.